Well, well, well. It appears I have quite a few new followers that don't know me very well because I did a video earlier today and I did one the other day where I was having my Starbucks. And they got in the comments and politely told me that I should be boycotting Starbucks. Boycotting is a personal thing. You're allowed to boycott whatever product you choose to for whatever reasons you choose to. My journey and my story with Starbucks might be a little different than yours. So if you'll sit with me through this video, we'll have a bit of a story time. Okay. Back during the election cycle, when Miss Harris decided to run, the Green Party said a letter had been leaked from the CEO of Starbucks, stating that he was sending millions of dollars over there to Israel. To stand with Palestine, a whole lot of folks started boycotting Starbucks. I thought that was a good reason to boycott Starbucks, because it looked like they were participating willingly in a genocide. After the election, I did a bit of research, and I found out that whole story was propaganda. It was all a lie. The CEO had to step down and be replaced over a lie. So many people jumped on the protest bandwagon, nobody really did thorough research about that supposed leaked letter. Imagine that. Secondly, people started boycotting Starbucks because some of the workers are protesting. They're not getting fair pay. They're not getting fair wages, this and that, DEI, all kinds of situations, which I agree are justifiable reasons to boycott Starbucks. However, when you go to boycotting a business, you have to take into consideration their employees. You know, people like you and me who depend on that job in order to live daily. You must consider the type of people that work at that job. Take Magamart, for instance. Walmart. They roll back their DEI and all that nonsense. I only go to Magamart when I have to, but I still shop at Magamart. Why? Because in my town, Magamart employs mostly black and brown. And they depend on that job to feed their families. If we all stop spending money there, where are they going to go for employment? How are they going to feed their families? So I still buy necessities at Magamart. And as for Starbucks, honey, I live in a red state in a red town. Now, while there is a portion of my town that is very blue, my district in particular elected Shamari Figures to represent us, honey. And if you don't know who he is, he worked with Mr. Obama in the White House. Yes, my particular district within my city is blue, but I am surrounded by red as far as the eye can see. One of the very, very only, and there are only a few, very few, but it just so happens that Starbucks is part of one of the only few businesses down here in my area that are happy to employ trans people, gay people, queer people, black people, brown people, without judgment of who they are. My local Starbucks across the street from me just so happens to employ trans people, gay people, black people, brown people. There are people that work there that will not be offered a job somewhere else. College students just trying to pay their way through school, can't get a job. They're turned around in my town because of the way they may appear or present, dear. I know this to be true from personal experience. I am a heterosexual woman with short hair, and I've had my hair short most of my life. And in my own town, I have suffered discrimination because they thought I might have been gay. I must be a lesbian. I cut my hair short. I've been discriminated against in my own town for being gay, and I'm not gay because my haircut is short. I've met wonderful friends who work at Starbucks right here by my house. Wonderful college students trying to get an education, pay their way through school. They can't get jobs anywhere else because maybe they got a piercing in their face. Maybe their hair is blue or purple or pink. Maybe it's too short. Maybe they're non-binary, and that for some reason is so damn scary. So I get my coffee from Starbucks. I need that location to stay afloat so my queer and trans friends have a job that they can rely on to pay their bills. I'll continue to go to my local Mega Mart when I need necessities only so my black and brown friends continue to have a job so they can pay their bills. When you boycott a business, it is a very tricky situation, honey. There are many things you have to take into consideration. Their employees are one of those things, and they differ at every location. Now, that's how I do my boycotting. When I'm out there on the West Coast, maybe, hopefully, at some point I'll get to visit my only left living aunt, one of my mother's, not my grandmother's, but one of my mother's sisters who's on dialysis, and she's been on it for quite some time, and she does dialysis at home, and she can't travel, and we don't know if she's ever going to get a kidney, and it's not looking good. She's been on the transplant list for a while, and I hope to one day be able to, soon, be able to drive out to California to visit her. And where she lives at their local Starbucks, there's a very wide demographic of employees because it's a more liberal place. And they're not paying their workers well. So I won't be drinking a Starbucks at their location. I won't have coffee there because of what's going on there. It's different every location, every place. And you have to take that into consideration. The best way I have found to try to boycott a place is do it location by location. It just so happens in my town, Starbucks treats people fairly and equally in comparison to what other choices they have. So, I respect your right to think that I should be boycotting Starbucks. But for me, that's not going to work. There are other factors at play at the end of the day. Thank you for listening.